To understand square roots, you must first learn about perfect squares. A perfect square is the answer you get when you multiply a number with itself. For example, 4 times 4 is 16, so 16 is a perfect square. Here's a list of the perfect squares you probably know already, from 1 to 100. As I said just a second ago, 16 is a perfect square. The number that we multiplied by itself is the square root. 4 times 4, or 4 squared, equals 16, which means the square root of 16 is 4. To find the square root of 81, think of a number you can multiply by itself to get 81. If you came up with 9, you're absolutely correct. Since 9 times 9 equals 81, the square root of 81 is 9. But what happens if you have to find the square root of a fraction? To find the square root of a fraction, think of it as two smaller square root problems. Here we have the square root of 9 over 25. If we change it to the square root of 9 over the square root of 25, we can find the square root of each number to get 3 over 5. But what if you have a decimal under the radical or square root, like 0.25? Well, first, look at the number, but ignore the decimal. We'll come back to the decimal in a second. Right now, we'll focus on the 25. Since 5 times 5 is 25, the square root of 25 is 5. Now, let's deal with the decimal. In 0.25, there are two numbers behind the decimal, 2 and 5. That means our answer will only have one number behind the decimal. So instead of 5, we will have 0.5. Well, let's try another, the square root of 0.0016. Since 4 times 4 equals 16, we know the answer will have a 4. In 0.0016, there are 4 numbers behind the decimal. Half of that is 2. So that means our answer will have 2 numbers behind the decimal. So instead of 4, we have 0.04. If we had 6 numbers behind the decimal under the square root, then our answer would have 3 numbers behind the decimal. To go deeper into this topic, watch the next video on simplifying radicals.